Hello, we are live. Welcome to the Green Umbrella Live Lunch. God, that almost. What was the guy that used to do Through the Keyhole? What was his name?
Oh, Des O'Connor.
Keith Lemon.
Lloyd Grossman.
Lloyd Grossman. Yeah, it sounded like Lloyd Grossman.
See the different generations there. Keith Lemon, Des O'Connor, Lloyd Grossman.
Okay, so here's the thing, like different generations, right? You know when you use your hands to gesture that you're on the phone?
Mm-hmm. I know this, yeah.
Right, so you know what I'm talking about, yeah?
Yeah, you go, I'm on the phone.
But yeah, youngsters don't,
they go, I'm on the phone.
They go like that?
Yeah.
What do you do, Nicole? Because you're young.
But she's old school, isn't she? She's got like a
phone. I don't do that or that. Like, no, it's that. So I guess I am transitioning.
Oh my God. Cool. So Green Umbrella Live Lunch episode 170. We're getting closer and closer to that 100 mark. What we got to talk about today, guys? I'm like, honestly, so I've had 2 weeks out. It's been blissful. I had my digital detox. I wasn't answering messages. I wasn't checking socials. Even my emails, I've had a proper break, which is I definitely needed. So obviously, just before I went away, I wrote an article about JOMO, the joy of missing out. And it's like, as much as I love this connected world I exist in, sometimes you just need to step back and just step away from it. So I normally do it sort of Christmas, New Year period. I just got to that point where there's been so much happening just since Christmas. I just needed to have that break. So like I say, it was blissful, amazing, loads of positives, but probably the biggest negative is that I feel really out of touch with what's happening news-wise in the social media and online marketing world. But then I was like going through stuff and, just scanning through all the news things that I've missed over the last couple of weeks. And I didn't feel there's anything that exciting happening.
It's not that much. There wasn't much last week either, was there, really?
No. Just little updates here and there.
Nothing big, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, nothing wow. It's like really like, oh my God, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be really exciting. That's going to really change. That's going to mean that this strategy is going to work differently. Yeah, it's just all a little bit like, yeah, it just feels a bit flat.
Just pause comment.
I haven't got comments on what's he said.
So it's going to be a short one today then.
The thing is, it's weeks like this that end up being the longer ones because we just start. The drivel comes out, right? So, but I know you guys have all got something to talk about. So who wants to go first?
So was that just your sort of padded out way of saying you've got nothing?
Yeah, I ain't got anything.
Okay, sound.
I did have a couple of things, but I know you guys have got it covered already. So
of course we have.
Yeah.
And I'm still in catch-up mode. I still haven't got my email stat under 400 yet.
Wow.
So
I just say I'm glad that the holiday for you was bliss, because for us, hell. Like not having you there was like, what?
It's really funny that so like when I caught up with because Mark's worked with me for so long now, he's like, yeah, whatever. But when I caught up with Kim, yesterday's my first day back. When I caught up with Kim, she's like, are you okay? And,
I was sending out a search party. I was calling the daughter, I was calling the best friend. I was like, I'm really concerned. It's just not like her, you know.
And my daughter Emma was she called my friend, so she's like, I'm really worried about Mum, I haven't heard from her. I'm like, literally, it's 4 days that she'd not heard from me. And like I spoke to her on the Thursday and she knew I was leaving Thursday night. And so I'm like, guys, like you're cool without me. You can function. Like it's all good. Don't worry.
It's normally the daughter that's gone like MIA.
I know. Yeah. This is the thing, right? It was really funny. It was really funny. So I went to the Netherlands. And I had basically we went to Amsterdam. We were there like overnight, and then we went out to a friend who's kind of like in the middle of nowhere in the Netherlands. So we got the city experience and the kind of like the rural like village in the middle of nowhere, and it like I say, it was stunning. But there was a point when I was in Amsterdam in the apartment on my own, and it was like about 1 o'clock in the morning, and the window's like massive, and it's one pane of glass, and it opens out, and I'm literally sat in this window just like watching what's going, like nightlife passes by, and it was just it was quite a cinematic moment.
I was going to say, I'm getting Carrie Bradshaw vibes.
It was great.
What I mean?
You know that light rain where you can see
Yeah.
it in the street lights, and just the sound of the city, and there'd be people passing by every now and then speaking different languages. And I thought, it's like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm in Amsterdam, sat in a window in my pajamas with dim lighting behind me. My kids would be proud of me right now.
So the way you're setting that up, Amsterdam in a window, dim lighting behind you. Are you sure?
I had a proper giggle to myself. I was like, I'm like talk about living life. No, it was a gorgeous moment, actually. But yeah, I did laugh at myself when I kind of realised the environment. But yeah, I'm like,
no, that sounds really
I was
lovely.
just about to tell you something else. Then I remembered we are live.
Yeah,
so
tell us afterwards.
Yeah, I'll tell you that bit after. But yeah, it's really. Do you know what people think of Amsterdam? They think about the red light districts. They think about the special cafes, and it's like, honestly, it's such a beautiful city. Like, we had a nice little boat trip through the canals and that kind of stuff, and just like the architecture is like it's a really, really interesting city in terms of the way it's been put together. So yeah, I'd definitely go back.
I find the Dutch really nice as well. Like, they're really nice people. But when I went, they just gave me a free plate of pancakes, well, me and my friend, and it was just like,
did you feel really giddy after the pancakes? Because if anyone is going to take a gloped pancake and think this is great, it's you.
No, they actually weren't. Shame.
Not that we condone any of that.
Mm-hmm. Right. So come on then, social media news. Mark, let's kick off with you. What have you got? What's happening in the online world that I've skipped over?
Well, we've got a bit of Threads stuff. So they're testing keyword search, which obviously makes things a lot easier to find stuff. But at the minute, it's only in Australia and New Zealand. But they've said pretty much it'll be rolled out to the other sort of English-speaking sort of territories very quickly once they've just ironed out a few things, and then on to other languages. So again, I suppose it's that continual process of adding stuff to it. And then the other thing I saw to do with Threads again was a bit harking back to stuff that we'd spoken about ages ago about sort of Mastodon and this decentralized idea of sort of lots of different networks going through one thing, and apparently that still is a big thing with Threads, and they're still planning to sort of be part of that infrastructure and maybe even expand it out to the other platforms. I don't know. That was a bit of speculation in the article I saw on that, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Yeah, the decentralization thing, it was like it became quite a big trend, and like a lot of the sort of leaders in the social media world and sort of the bigger influencers as well were talking about decentralization. But it's almost like people have stopped talking about it. So I don't really know where things are going with that right now, whether it was it's like the whole kind of creator economy. Like, people were talking about it like crazy for about 6 months and then just kind of vanished again.
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw it on Mashable, I think, and someone's coined the term I think it's Fediverse or something.
Fediverse?
I'm sure I only quickly glanced over it, But apparently, because of perhaps Threads wanting to be part of it, then it might sort of kickstart it a bit more. And obviously, you've got Mastodon, and apparently, the BBC recently joined Mastodon or something to have a profile on there. So there's more people sort of going to these sort of platforms. So we'll see.
We'll see. Cool. You got anything else? You know what? I want you to. So just before, obviously, before we go live, we all have to join the call. So it's like, hey, how you doing? And chitter chatter. And you were telling me about your camera before Nicole and Kim came on, and I didn't know this, and it's a tech thing, but I think it's quite useful information.
It's an old thing though, because just I hadn't updated my Mac, so I can't remember what version, whatever it is, the latest version. There's probably another version due out now because it's like every year, isn't it? But basically, you can use your iPhone as your webcam, and that's why I've eventually got a half decent picture, and I've now realised that's the way to go. So my iPhone is it's a natural setting if your iPhone is almost next to the Mac. So like even on here, if your phone's next, you're not on your Mac, are you? On your PC?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'd have to be on your Mac. But yeah, it finds it and just gives you the option to swap cameras.
Wow.
That's so useful. I'm going to test it. Because even like I noticed on my Mac, my FaceTime on Mac is terrible in comparison.
Yeah. So yeah, it's quite a good thing. So yeah, I've got a random, so you can obviously get a proper holder, but mine is basically a desk holder that's hooked over the top of the Mac at the minute, but it works. So yeah, that was quite a handy bit of kit to make things a bit better anyway.
Yeah, and like because obviously Kim, because Kim's on a PC rather than Mac anyway. But like we just had, say, a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, whenever it was, we had to get you a new webcam, didn't we? But it is, if you think like when you're out and about and you've got to do a call, if you could just use your iPhone instead, like that's loads better.
Yeah.
But if you're out and about, hasn't it got to be near the Mac? Isn't that the point? Or have I missed something?
Well, I'd have my MacBook with me. I assume it works for MacBook as well.
Yeah, as long as you're on the latest I think it's just on the latest version of OS, but yeah, I can't think what it's called. There's a Mac term for it, but I think as long as you've next to it, it just sort of happens almost. So it's quite sort of good.
We noticed it on when was it? Tuesday, didn't we, Kim?
Yeah. Said, "Oh, you look different, Mark.
Yeah.
New moisturiser."
That's it. Yeah.
I said he looks much brighter, and I just assumed it was the sun. He's like, no.
Yeah.
No, it is actually the camera.
Yeah. No, it's quite a nice, like the room matches your shirt as well. You see all the colours, they're popping.
Autumnal.
Yeah.
Showing the beautiful red of my guitar, whichever that way.
I was going to say the guitar's popping as well.
Oh, no,
that's all it was for. I don't care about me. I just want the guitar to look good.
This is it. Cool. Okay, Kim, what have you got news-wise?
Okay, so, and this is one I think Nicole will like because, she's into all that. TikTok Fashion Week. Okay, so from the 6th of September to the 3rd of October, there's going to be a whole hashtag TikTok Fashion Week, and there's going to be like trends and like designers to follow, and all that sort of stuff, beauty tips. Now I know, Nicole, you're quite fashionable, aren't you? Whereas whenever I try and look fashionable, I just look like a sponge cake. So it's more for you, I think. But I had a quick look at it, and if you're into looking presentable, then it looks quite interesting. I think you'd like it, Nicole.
Okay, yeah, I'll have a look at that. Yeah, because I was saying
what the dates were?
6th of September to the 3rd of October.
So that's not a week.
I know it's not, but that's what they've called it. Okay, don't shoot the messenger. Okay. Oh, that's because the hashtags. That's because the hashtag's Fashion Month, not Fashion Week. I was so breaking news. That's just changed. Okay. I don't know. See, I don't know this world. Throw me a football and I'm comfortable. Don't be talking to me about lips and hair because I'm not interested. Okay?
Lips and hair.
Is that what's? I don't know what that's what's involved. Well, let's just move on.
Do you think that's what? Like, do you think there'll be like loads of makeup tutorials and stuff like that, Nicole? What kind of stuff do you think people will share over that month?
I'm sure they would be, but isn't that like, to me, I'm like, when I go on TikTok, it's like, get ready with me, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's gonna be, isn't it just gonna be the same stuff that I already see, but probably just 10 times more? So
do you know what cringes me out is the people on TikTok go, this is today's fit. It's just clothes, mate. It's not a fit. You've just got dressed. Like, what are you doing? Like, I can't
Yeah,
connect with
for some people, that's a big win. Like
no, but it's just a t-shirt, jeans, and trainers.
There are some days brushing your teeth and getting dressed are like the two biggest wins of your day when you work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you still don't call it a fit. Because if it didn't fit, you wouldn't wear it. No? See, I'm just not. I don't know.
It's just the slang, the knowledge, the language of the Gen Zs.
Is that a term then?
The fit, yeah, they go, this is the fit, and they show you, like, these are the trainers.
And they, like, step back. They're like, you know, they've put the camera, as if they've just put the camera there, but it's clearly been stood there. But they're like, hold on, just going to step back. And then they, like, do this little twirl. And
they do that and that, and they go, I'm going to pair my shoes with, these socks. Well, unless you're wearing flip-flops, of course you're going to pair them with socks.
Like, oh, I got this ring from Pandora and, like, this necklace from Swarovski, and it's like no one can afford that stuff.
Yeah, you're on TikTok, love. We're buying water bottles for £1. Give it a break. Do you know what I mean?
But that's what I do like. I do like some of the videos. Like when people like this TikTok shop, I feel like I'm holding back because I don't want to get too invested. But there's some products on there that I'm like, that's so cheap and it looks so good. And so many people use it. And like, I wouldn't just go if one person posted it. But like when I see it multiple times, I'm like, this product must be good because everyone's literally raving about it.
Have I not taught you anything, Nicole? Do we need to remind you of the infamous vegetable chopper? Because the crap one is still in the back of my cupboard. Cost me a fortune. What was supposed to be a cheap, fancy vegetable chopper turned into be quite expensive because I had to get another one. But it's still also in the back of the cupboard. So.
But your water bottle was good though, and your little smoothie
so the water bottle, I think I left it in my friend's car the first time I took it out, so I've never seen that again. I bought some AirPods, two sets. They're now, I think I've just got 2 of the left. There's the little smoothie maker thing. I've never used it. I can't find the charger now. And yeah, the vegetable chopper. So I've left it alone for a while because clearly we don't get on.
Apart from the veggie chopper though, isn't like you losing your AirPods is your responsibility.
It's your fault. That's what Nicole was saying. It's nothing to do with TikTok.
And I get that, but what I'm saying is I can't be trusted to buy anything. Okay.
See, I've seen this blush, and I've never worn blush really, but I've seen this blush, and it's like £3, and I'm just like, and everyone just keeps talking about it. So hopefully, just like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I buy it and see how I get on with TikTok Shop. But I feel it could be a dangerous game. But
do you not think that TikTok are paying creators, multiple creators, so it's popping up on multiple people's feeds, so then people like yourself buy them? Well, yourself and myself.
Yeah.
So that's why although the precious shower head, that looks impressive. Have you not seen it?
I've seen this.
Yeah, good times. So
is TikTok just become like a bunch of JML ads or something?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Like you go on one video and then you scroll and then it's like the next video is like an ad basically for promoting something. Then you go next video, normal, next video. It's like the same blusher that I'm just like, right, okay. But I feel like once I like it, then it's in your algorithm, isn't it? And it just keeps popping up. Like,
yeah.
And they're really trying with me. Do you know what I mean? They're
really trying with me.
You make it sound like there's someone on the other end of TikTok literally serving you ads.
Yes. We'll get her.
Well, yeah, we will take you to the dark side.
She will make a purchase.
Oh man,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so Kim, anything else from you, news-wise?
Yeah, so X and LinkedIn are playing about with the idea of having the passkey, which is basically your biometric fingerprint to log in. So that is underway. That'll probably come out very, very soon. And then this one I was quite, well, not excited, not for me, but for my
hold
boy.
on. Have they? Right. So wait.
Yeah.
Biometric password on LinkedIn
And X.
So X, I get, because most users are accessing via the app, but I feel like LinkedIn is still quite a high percentage that access via desktop.
Yeah, so you can do it. I think when it's on. Bear with me, caller. Talk amongst yourselves if you want.
Be like doing Apple Pay. It probably links to your phone when you're logging in, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know where it's gone now. Oh, Christ. This could take some time. I feel really under pressure.
You fact check it.
Emma said.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh,
Sorry, go on.
no. This was the old stuff. But she said that she can see a ball that can make ice cream, and you.
Seen it. You put your stuff in it. You shake. I don't think you have to make that noise, and then it's just ice cream.
Wow.
Christina, can we, in the interest of market research, can we have a TikTok expense account, please? Thanks. Right. Passkey Support uses cryptographic data transfer to facilitate secure login, which then enable users via each app to access the biometric. So it's just on the app, which obviously makes sense. And they just, unlike passwords, passkeys are resistant to phishing, blah blah, we all know that. So basically, yeah, it just looks like social media is now going into a bit more secure ways to log in.
It's a good thing when you think about all the hacks and stuff that go on, that happen. It's it's another level, isn't it? So
yeah,
sounds good. But yeah, cool. Okie dokie. Nicole.
I did have one more, but okay, carry on.
Right,
no, I'll come back to me. Don't worry. You crack on, Nicole.
Don't worry, my laugh hid it. Don't worry, Christy.
I do forget we're live sometimes.
Do you know what? I think it's just been a bit. Does anyone think that it's just been like a really funny week because of how hot it is? Like, do you not just feel a bit delirious?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I just thought it's because I've come back off a break. So, it's always a bit like...
You're still coming down off the brownies. Joking. That was a joke.
Yeah, I was in Amsterdam at the beginning rather than the end of the
okay.
So, I had plenty of time to recalibrate before I came home.
Oh, brilliant.
So it is bad though. You're walking it like you can't be in Amsterdam and not be high, because it's like literally everywhere you go you can smell it.
Yeah,
it's just in the air. It's like second. What's it called when you're with people that smoke? Secondary.
Passive,
yeah.
Yeah, passive smoker, right? So it's like, I swear, it's like you can't.
You're a passive stoner. Oh, good.
Oh, and once again, I'm remembering that we're live. Okay, so I don't know what's happening now. Is Nicole sharing something, or is Kim giving us her last bit?
No, you crack on, Nicole.
I don't mind. We'll bounce. I'll do one. You do one. I'll do one. Yeah.
Sure, let's do it. Who's vibrating?
Yeah. What is that?
Hold on, it's me. Well, it's the work phone.
It's not
like a chopper thing.
It's not the pressure shower, is it? Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, so
she's gone. If anyone's got secrets, Christina, for Secret Santa, pressure shower.
Shall I carry on?
just keep going.
Okay, so this is quite a simple one. I don't know who would use this, but Instagram has officially rolled out. That's officially rolled out. So you know how you can post on your stories, close friends. You can now like do it on your feed posts.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that they've rolled it out. So basically, you can choose who sees your feed.
Okay, so I get that if, say, you're a celeb or whatever, that you have your close friend list. I get that.
That's a good shout actually.
But if you're Bob from down the road, if you don't want people to see it, why are they on your like? Why are they seeing it?
Okay, so,
do you know what I mean? For me, I'm just like,
if you have a private account, you have to follow that person, them to follow you for them to even see the content.
Yeah.
But there are certain things that I don't put on social media because let's say on Instagram specifically, because anyone can follow me because my account's wide open. But there are certain things I don't put on there because there is an element of privacy I want to protect. So I haven't shared any photos yet from being in the Netherlands, and there's some I really want to share, but it's like there's someone else's kids in the photos, so I don't want to
put that
putting that out because they're not my kids, you know, and there's some people I don't want them seeing what I'm up to, and blocking them is unnecessary. And for them to see the business stuff is no problem for them to see the business stuff, but the personal stuff, actually, I'm happy for it to be out there, but it's making it sound like I've got a freaking stalker. But it's like there's some things that are only for like that. There's Emma, my daughter, she's seen the photos, and I think I showed a couple of them to Mark. I can't remember if I showed them to you as well or not, Kim.
But Emma did.
There you go. Yeah. So, like, do you know what I mean? So it's like, but that's it because it's close. It's my my inner world, right? My inner circle. So I get it, and I think there's a lot of people that would actually take advantage of that. Facebook's a bit different because you're actually friends.
Yeah, but again, you're not like Bob from down the road, are you? Because it's a personal
big thing.
Yeah, so we keep getting told.
Your account, I'm guessing, isn't on private. Like it's open to the world, to the public. Like, so it's like, I get why if you had a public account, why you would choose to.
I mean, there's some people that I know that are. I've got a couple of friends that are, let's say they're celebrity level, okay, and they have 2 accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that though.
I know because I've thought about it with Facebook before now. Like maybe I should have 2 Facebook accounts.
Yeah, you said that, didn't you, the other week?
Yeah, and I've thought about it like over the last couple of years. Really, I've really thought about it. I just can't be bothered with the hassle, if I'm really honest. I feel like I just end up not sharing stuff on the other account. So it's it's like I said on Instagram. I think I haven't really built out my close friends list, but if it's on feed stuff as well, then that would encourage me to take the time and do it.
I wonder how your feed would actually look though. So someone that like is not a close friend of yours, that post just won't appear.
Well, the thing is, because of the way the algorithms work in terms of Meta, if we chunk it all up, the Meta's algorithms, they want to serve content to you from people you care about, things you're interested in from people you care about. So if I've got you guys as my close friends and it can see that connection, if you're in my close friends list and I'm in your close friends list, then it's going to go, okay, well, their content's important to each other. We'll prioritize it in the algorithm.
Yeah.
But what happens if I'm in your close friends list, but you're not in mine? Obviously, that would never happen.
You get sacked.
There we go.
But this is the thing, you never know. You wouldn't know, would you?
No,
No.
you wouldn't. But yeah, like, yeah.
You know, at the top of Instagram where it says following, you can wait, you know where it says Instagram at the top, you can click the arrow down and change it, because you know how we were saying like your Instagram just gets filled with stuff. I didn't even long notice this was a few months ago, that I realized you can actually just click your following, and everyone that you follow, that's all the content you'll see.
What?
It'll just be a bunch of yeah.
Oh, my phone died. Can't try that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So sometimes I just go on that, because even though it's, I don't know.
But hang on, I don't see stuff from anyone that I'm not following. Why would I?
But it's, you can have, right, so
Suggested
following is the
posts and stuff.
default, it's
Mhm.
favourites that you can toggle between. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I mean, I think I'm following something stupid like 1,500 accounts, because I'm like, I see a good quote, ooh, they deserve a follow. And I really do need to do some house cleaning on my socials, because, yeah, I mean, Facebook kind of does it itself for me, because as soon as I see at everyone, remove.
See, it's Facebook groups. I was looking probably about a month ago. I didn't realise how many Facebook groups I'm in. I was like, right, let's get rid of these bad boys.
Wasn't the green umbrella one, was it?
No.
Crazy how you need just a clear out of socials, isn't it?
Digital.
That's just a part of life now.
Yeah.
So this is, I always encourage people to do a bit of like housekeeping. Again, it's like when we get to December is a good time to do it. Just have a bit of a clean up, because there's 2 times a year where it just feels like nothing much happens in the social media world. And it is like the last couple of weeks of August, first week of September, and then that kind of 2 weeks before Christmas, there's never a lot of developments. So they're always good times to have a bit of a cleanse. Look at your following, sack off the ones that are not that exciting. You know, update have a look at your LinkedIn profile, get that updated and cleaned up and stuff like that. In fact, Mark, there's something I need some images for my LinkedIn profile. Need you to do that for me.
At my backstage.
Yeah.
Just hanging about in Amsterdam with her celebrity friends.
I wasn't with any of my celebrity friends in Amsterdam, but that would be fun. Maybe I should organise that.
Yeah, I'll come and do the content.
Yeah, you can come just like be cameraman, camera woman,
Or both. Yeah, don't start that.
You know how it pops up with a little heart when you like something on Instagram now?
Yeah.
You know, if you tap it, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cute. Okay, right. Oh, that's cute. You know what? Move on.
Oh, do you know, I found, I wasn't going to say this one, it wasn't a news story, it's just something I realised the other day. Mark, it won't apply to you because I don't think you use TikTok. But Nicole, you know when somebody posts a video and they're like, oh my God, this happened, and they're just taking so long to get to the point?
Yeah.
I mean, you might already know this, but if you hold the left side of the screen, it like fast forwards the video, does it in like double speed.
Wow.
So yeah. Or you could
So
just scroll
almost
on
like-
by.
Yeah. It's almost like, you know, how like the voice notes, you can change the speed. It's kind of like that for TikTok.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so I found that out the other day. That was quite exciting. Not that I've got TikTok anymore because, you know, I'm basically bankrupt from all the crap I buy. But
And Emma's just said she's mind blown.
I showed her last night. Not only that, God bless her. God bless for a mother that is like all things social media. She showed me something on Snapchat. I went, hang on, I didn't see it. So I held the screen down to hold the snap. She went, oh my God, I never knew that. And she did have a bit of a twang. And I went, well, if you're impressed by that, sweet cheeks, let me blow your socks off. And I showed her the TikTok one. She left very happy. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Okay, so we've had a question over on LinkedIn. Ben is asking, hey Ben, by the way, how are you doing? I've not seen you about for a while. So Ben's asking, how do we measure ROI of our social media campaigns? Well, so now I'm distracted because Paul's just put up on Facebook that this is the Drivel special. See, I said it's like when we've got nothing to talk about, there's loads to talk about. So,
Bit rude.
okay, measuring ROI when it comes to social media campaigns, there's not a straightforward answer because everyone has different objectives, everyone has different goals. That drives what you're putting out content-wise. And once you know what you're putting out content-wise, then you know how to measure it. And that's how you can then decide how you're going to measure ROI. So it's like it's not as simple as going, well, we've spent we spent X amount of budget. I mean, one thing people don't do when they think about the cost of social media, they go, oh, it's a free tool. But they don't think about the time they've spent on it as well and allocating the cost to the time they've spent. So if you're like, especially people that are new, like they've just started their business last week, social media is a great place to get promoting, get marketing. And so they put all this time to it. But if you're thinking, right, I'm going to charge myself, I've just started, I'm going to charge myself out at like £50 an hour, £100 an hour, and you're spending 3 hours on social media that week, well, that's £300 you've just put into your marketing budget. So when you're looking for the ROI, you should be like balancing, like, the money going in and money coming out. But like I said, it's not that simple to go, I've spent this and I've made that, because there's all these things in between. Like sometimes the ROI is more about return on interest rather than return on investment. The ROI for social media might be that you normally it costs you £82 for a lead. And a lead to you looks like first name, last name, email address, phone number. You run a campaign and you say, right, I'm going to spend £800 and I expect to get 10 leads out of that. So it's not an easy thing to just start. I want to say it's an easy thing to measure. It isn't an easy thing to measure, but with the right processes in place, the right strategy, it can be measured. But it's not an easy question to answer just straight off the bat because there's so many variables. Ben's also asked what tools we use for that. Tons of them. Again, it depends on what it is we're actually measuring. But for a lot of people, I'd say, things like Google Analytics work really, really well. Good old spreadsheet sometimes, not very tech savvy, but sometimes you just need a spreadsheet. And Ben's also asked, what do we use for these LinkedIn Lives? And it's StreamYard. So StreamYard and Restream are probably the top two tools. And I just prefer StreamYard because I like the interface when we're like, I've got the admin panel on now, so I can see everyone's comments. It's really user friendly. And I like the little way we're able to do it as well. So yeah, for me, StreamYard is my preference. So I've answered all those. Okay, we've had another comment on LinkedIn. This one's pretty good. So Gary says it's the 4th time this week he's heard about the fast forward on TikTok. So, I
mean, I never said it was groundbreaking, Gary, but
you said it was
insane.
Off.
It did blow Emma's socks off, and that for me, that's all I needed.
Okay.
So yeah, but I had no idea. What did I see it on? I think I actually saw it on TikTok. Actually, funnily enough, yeah. So when you're watching, you get ready with me, and you're trying to look at the fit. You can just fast forward and see the end result.
Very good. Okay, anyone got anything else?
YouTube Playables. Did I mention that?
Nope.
Oh no, you cut me off.
Is this the gaming thing?
Yeah. So so YouTube are testing Playables in app. So it's going to be a separate little section where you can just play games and things. My son is going to absolutely love that because he's on YouTube all the time. Not all the time, obviously. Sometimes I talk to him, but But yeah, so Playables. So there's a few games already on there, some sort of bounce tower thing. But I will be sure to do some market research and report back next week. If I'm part of the chosen few. Probably won't be.
You
I'll
might
support
be, because Holly.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I thought that was because obviously a lot of kids and Nicole use YouTube a lot, don't they? So
I love a bit of YouTube.
I'm still not a massive. It's not that I'm not a massive fan. It's just never my go-to.
Yeah.
Although I did watch a cracking podcast on YouTube the other week. It was the better get the name right. Be Inspired. Is that the right one, Christina? Chloe.
Oh, inspired by.
Oh, Inspired by. There we go. By Chloe, surname you
Bisson.
pronounce Bisson. There we go. With yours truly. She's up there on my screen. She probably won't be. And it was a very good interview, actually. So, yeah.
Did you learn anything about me you didn't know already?
Yes. And there's one thing that's like that kept like it keeps sticking out to me. Is when you said you decided that other people were unavailable to you. So like, oh, I won't bother them because, you know, I can't, maybe they're busy, maybe they're this. Yeah. So it's a very, very, very interesting interview. And you look fit as well, so.
Ah,
Bless you. Bless you.
It's a threat of being sacked, you see.
Do you know what? It's interesting you bring that up. So I think Sunday is Suicide Awareness Day. Or International Suicide, whatever the title is. And I was so Jen Roblin, who's been on here as a guest a couple of times, we were chatting yesterday, and you know, and it is that people don't necessarily, even if they're happy to ask for help, they don't necessarily ask for help when they need it most.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there is that element of, oh, well, I could talk to that person, but they're too big. I could talk to that person, but I know they've got a lot going on at the minute. And, you know, and therefore they then don't ask for help. And we were just talking about, you know, how important it is to check in on people.
mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, I mean, I know we were joking earlier about me being quiet over the last couple of weeks and that sort of stuff. But it is, if people are withdrawing, if their behaviour is changing, then it is just reaching out, just letting people know that you are there, because you just don't know. There's so many times you hear stories of where unfortunately someone has been lost to suicide, and the people that are left around them are kind of like, if I'd known, I would have helped. You know, and it's all like whatever the action was, whatever is said, it always begins with "if I'd known."
Mm.
And it's like sometimes we have to take responsibility to reach out to those people that they might be absolutely a-okay, or they might be just having a tough time and just need someone to listen. You don't have to have the answers; you just have to be there. So yeah,
It's World Suicide Prevention Day on the 10th, on Sunday. That was the correct. Yeah.
Speaking of checking in, I thought this was just worth the shout out to the latest iOS 17 update. So they're actually bringing something out called check-in, where your friend or family member gets alerted when you reach your destination. So you know how, like, when you've gone out, you might be like, oh, did you get home okay? And you put like a timer on it of roughly how long it's going to take you to get home. And if you don't get home by that time, it will send them a notification being like, just check in with this person. Or if they did get home, because it's connected to your location, it will like let them know. So I thought it was worth the shout out. And if it doesn't, if they haven't reached their destination, it sends the person that was connected with them their last location, their battery, their mobile like status, Wi-Fi, like what signal they have and stuff. So I just think that's an amazing update.
Mm-hmm.
And can I just say that link was absolutely seamless, Nicole. What you've just done there. Guess who used to work for Kiss FM? That was some of your best work.
I was thinking, I don't know where to go with this conversation now, and that was brilliant. I was
Yeah.
like,
Can we just- Well done, Nicole.
So, you know, if you
I mean,
haven't,
Ben's put on the comments in LinkedIn, he's like, social media, socks, suicide, definitely an interesting conversation. I'm like,
Welcome to
welcome
Green
to
Umbrella.
Live Lunch. You never know where we're going to go.
so you know, if you haven't reached, I don't know, your
I really like that.
hotel,
I really like
yeah,
that,
your
actually.
house, your gazebo, whatever you're reaching. If you haven't reached it, we'll let the person know.
I like that. That's like, especially because a lot of like younger. I mean, Ollie's got a phone, but he's only ever got it when he's at the other parent, so we can contact. But like, you know, there's a lot of young kids now that is just out and about all the time. I mean, it's terrifying, really. Like, they're like 11, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm pretty sure I wasn't allowed out till I was 22. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The kids we were with, the kids that were with us, like I said, we were in the Netherlands. They were wearing the AirTag wristbands. I thought that was really cool.
Dad's got some money. Christ.
But like,
No, that's cool.
it is. Okay, so my kids are that little bit older than Ollie, or a lot older than Ollie. But yeah, like,
15 years.
like being able to tag them. I always joked about. So Emma's watching. There's so many times I've wanted to freaking tag Emma. So I knew where she was.
You and the authorities.
So you're from a farming family. You must have had some way to do that anyway.
Yeah. Tag your cattle, don't you?
Yeah, but that's an ear tag. It's not like something you can log into and see where they are and all that sort of stuff.
But you'd soon find, like, when someone said there's a girl running around with a big ear tag in.
Yeah. Oh, that's Emma.
Yeah.
So Emma's offered something.
Yeah.
So apparently there's a good app called Hollyguard.
Ooh.
You heard of that? I've not heard of that.
No.
Yeah, no.
I know there is an app for parents that can like follow their kids and stuff, isn't there? I can't remember what that one's called.
So there's an app called Find Friends, but Emma just used to turn her location off.
Clever girl, Emma.
She's going to ring me after this. She's like, stop talking about me on Live Lunch.
I think we should get Emma on. Maybe we should get Emma on.
You have to get her on when I'm not, and then you can have a proper party.
Shall we? Should we do that one week when Christina's, I don't know, somewhere globe-trotting? We'll get Emma on instead.
Oh, I said she'd love to.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll do it. Cool. Okay, guys, I think that's about it, isn't it? Are we all covered?
Yeah.
So
All good.
All right. Well, what's happening next week? Is it just us? Have we got a guest? I think it's just us, right?
Yeah, I think it's just us. Yeah.
Amazing.
Sorry, everyone.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Well, something interesting might have happened in the world of social media. There might be some new online marketing trends we can chat about instead. But I feel like we've covered a lot of ground today. We've offered some value, some entertainment. Yeah. I only got the giggles once, so that's a move in a positive move in the right direction. So on that note,
sorry.
Go on, what you say?
I was going to say, just tune in next week to find out if Nicole has got the £3 blush.
Yes.
I'll do a get ready with me on here.
Oh, please. That'll be hilarious.
Maybe we should do a TikTok shop special. And it's like the whole episode is just like infomercials of different products, product reviews. That would be funny.
Oh, I'm so down for this. Right, I'm getting the vegetable chopper.
Right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us for another Green Umbrella Live Lunch. We will see you next Thursday at 12 o'clock on Facebook, LinkedIn. We're live on YouTube as well. So, until then, have an amazing week. Bye for now.